the China Marrow Donor Program organizes an event for bone marrow donors to meet recipients. We'll look back on how teachers' education system in Taiwan has changed over the past few decades. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up, in China's Jiangsu province, the China Marrow Donor Program organized an event in Suzhou where bone marrow recipients had an opportunity to meet their donors. Currently, the organization's registries contain over 1.7 million names of volunteer donors and over the years have oversaw 17 cases of bone marrow donation from China to Taiwan. Let's take a look.
但是在全社会各界的帮助下，他们先后接受了移植手术，重获新生。
The eldest of 4 children on stage is 13 years old, and the youngest is 8. They are all leukemia sufferers who have received successful bone marrow transplants. With angelic voices, they sing out their gratitude and admiration for life. A reunion organized by the China Marrow Donor Program brought donors and recipients together for the first time.
They're from the United States, Italy, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, respectively. This gathering of donors and recipients and their inspiring story is a manifestation that love has no boundaries and life is precious. These 11 pairs, although unfamiliar with each other, have the same blood flowing through their veins. 23-year-old Tang Xiaoqing is from Taiwan. When he was 5 years old, he was diagnosed with a blood disorder. Over the past 14 years, he has received countless treatments. At 19, his condition deteriorated to the point which a bone marrow transplant was deemed necessary.
I heard that it was a young man from northeast China. For me to have so much strength and energy in my body, I guess he is a husky chap.
你们的救命恩人呢，此时此刻就在我们的观众席当中。
首先，我们请出台湾同胞汤孝勤的捐髓人邓腾飞先生。就是奇妙的
Thank you for willing to donate your bone marrow to me, giving me a healthy body to do what I have always dreamed of doing. I thank you sincerely.
It was an extension of love. As he has received help from others, inside his heart, a seed of love has also been planted. One day he too will pay this love forward to others in need.
With a new lease on life, whether it is donor or recipient, this event has been a fulfillment of their dreams. Moving to the United States earlier in September, the City Chicago chapter held a training seminar for media volunteers, where a staff member of the U.S. City headquarters arrived to share her experience on the stories she came across in the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy. During the event, participants also received words of encouragement from a Dharma master in Hualien's Jingse Bird through a video conference. How can we send so many clips of footage from different angles? We are not CNN, we are not NBC, we don't have that many resources. However, as a city media volunteer, you can still conduct interviews in your own community, even without a professional camera, using 2 cell phones, one as a microphone, the other as a camera that you can ask someone else to hold. This way, we can still submit the freshest news back to DaAi TV.
Back in October 30th, 2012, Fan Ting and other media staff members in the United States provided 2 or 3 daily news clips about Hurricane Sandy to DaAi World News in Taiwan. Reminiscing about the victims' pains and the hardship everyone went through, tears naturally flowed. With plenty of reporting experience, Fan Ting shares her expertise at the Chicago's Tzu 3-in-1 seminar for media volunteers. With enough heart and determination, anyone can be an outstanding media volunteer, whether in reporting or photography. To further add to the experience, the seminar also connected with a Dharma master from Hualien's Jingse abode, where via a webcam, the Dharma master was able to offer words of inspiration and encouragement. Feeling ready to tackle the mission ahead, the seminar breaks off into teams to discuss and work on assignments as practice. This group of Tzu Chi media volunteers is inspired and ready to document Tzu Chi's history for all to witness.
Staying in the United States, part of the training for Tzu Chi's media volunteers at the seminar in Chicago was getting hands-on experience in documenting an event. Thus, a mission to promote Jingsi aphorisms at local hotels was planned. Participants broke up various jobs of the mission and were ready to tackle filming while doing a good deed. Here's more.
In the United States, a 60-member team separated into 6 groups, delivering Jingsi aphorism collections to 24 hotels in the Chicago area within 2 hours. These media volunteers also take this opportunity to work out their team collaboration and practice shooting footage.
Hello, we are Tzu Chi organization.
Relatively new at documenting Tzu Chi's events, these media volunteers nonetheless still try their best to capture the best angles. As the mission to spread Jingsi aphorisms in local hotels takes place during the weekend evenings, most managers are not there to receive the books, but spirited volunteers are not defeated.
Really depressing, so we must try harder next time.
Coming here, we are physically experiencing the activity. The feeling is very different than if we had heard about it and sympathized with it.
This event is meaningful. We want to add our own personal experience in this event. This is our story, and we are ready to tell people about it.
Chinese, English, Japanese, and Spanish.
Okay.
This is for you.
Okay. I'll leave it for my boss. You have her part, right?
The second hotel we went to was a success. We managed to give them all the books.
Persevering on as a team, this group of Tzu Chi media volunteers is more inspired to document Tzu Chi's journey along the way.
With the new school semester having started here in Taiwan, Tzu Chis in various universities and colleges organize different events to get more students to join their Tzu Chi clubs. Tzu Chis at the Taiwan Police College attracted some 100 students who are interested in volunteer work, while their counterparts at Mingchuan University placed bamboo coin banks inside the school's restaurants to inspire other students to donate a little of their love. As a new semester begins here at the Taiwan Police College, students begin organizing their class schedules and in their spare time find interesting clubs to join. The Tzu Chi club leader Ho Junyu put his creativity to the test to come up with ways to attract students to join the volunteer organization.
Our Tzu Chi club organizes less active events, so it was quite difficult to partner up with other clubs. I came up with a new idea to combine dance and sign language with our Tzu Chi club, and the feedback has been great.
Chen Zeyu, who volunteered at the Jingsi Books and Cafe when he was younger, wants to continue helping and even calls on his friends to join him.
I wanted to continue to be a volunteer, so after I got into the Taiwan Police College, I joined the Tzu Chi Club to continue serving society.
Having participated in volunteer work in high school, Chen Mingjun finds the Tzu Chi Club just what she is looking for and says Tzu Chi is like one big family.
As volunteers, we are giving, but in fact, we receive so much in return. I knew that the Tzu Chi Club is a volunteer-based group, and Tzu Chi makes me feel like home, so that's why I wanted to come join this club.
To inspire the compassion in students' hearts, Tzu Chis at the Mingchuan University place bamboo coin banks inside their restaurants.
Students may receive spare change when they make purchase. Many don't like the coins, so they will donate it to the bamboo coin bank if they see one.
I think the idea of giving a little of your love when you have spare coins is a great idea, so I immediately agreed to have the coin bank put inside our store.
Tzu Chis all hope that their actions will inspire more students to join them in making a difference. As September 28 marks Taiwan's Teachers' Day, we travel back in time to see what training programs teachers have to go through in the old days and what changes have been made today. Back in the Japanese colonial period, anyone who graduated from elementary school with good results is able to enroll in a teaching school. However, in 1967, to raise the quality of teachers, the government turned the school into a teachers' college, and only junior high school students were allowed to enroll. Today, the college, now known as the National Taiwan Normal University, along with other educational institutes, continue to offer the same degree that trains outstanding educators.
Thank you, teacher, and have a nice day.
Bowing to their teachers after each class is how students here in Taiwan show their respect and gratitude. However, these educators were once students themselves, showing the same respect to their teachers. Back in the old days, students who wished to become teachers studied at a teaching school in the Japanese colonial period.
I came across two teachers who had just graduated from the National Taiwan Normal University. Besides passing their professional knowledge, they also told us how to be a good teacher and demonstrated it to us. I think it had a lifetime impact on me.
At the time, the teaching school took in elementary graduates who excelled academically, and these students would become teachers just after 3 years of studying. In 1967, the school was turned into a college in order to raise the quality among teachers. In addition to the funded tuition fees, the 9-year education system meant an increase in the needs of teachers, thus attracting many poor students to study in this field.
My family wasn't well off then, so that means if I don't study education, my parents won't be able to afford my tuition fees anymore. My teacher came for a family interview and thought I had the option of becoming a teacher. When I came to Taipei, the acceptance rate was only 2%.
The low acceptance rate means that the journey to becoming a teacher isn't easy. However, it is also for this reason that these college students carried a sense of mission to become great educators.
My teachers told us that we will become teachers one day, and our job is to educate children. After all, we are funded, and it is a secure job. Since the government subsidized the cost to train outstanding teachers, everyone is quite proud to become an educator.
The role of a teacher is not only about passing on knowledge, but also setting an example for students to follow. With the passing of time, those who graduated from education programs in any university were also allowed to become teachers.
In 1999, Taiwan's government was recruiting a large number of elementary school English teachers, and at that time, thousands of teachers attended the examination and some passed. All the teachers then had to go through fieldwork before becoming a qualified teacher, and only half made it through.
The multi-skill training program allowed many to fulfill their dream of becoming a teacher.
Coming to work each day, I get paid to teach. But what I really want to see is my students growing and learning. That will be more rewarding for me.
What is real education about? It is about not asking anything in return.
It is all teachers' goal to pass on their knowledge to their students, but at the same time, they also wish to lead their students on the right path in life.
Staying in Asia but moving to Malaysia, 51-year-old Wang Shuhui is a teacher at the Bayan Lepas Tzu Kindergarten. Seeing her experienced way of teaching, it is hard to imagine that Wang was in fact an accountant 8 years ago. At the age of 43, she decided to change her career path, where she became a teacher at the Tzu Kindergarten. Giving love to her students like a mother, Wang says she is the one gaining more in return, and for this reason, she's always motivated to teach her students with passion.
Wang captivates her students as she tells the story. Her gentle manner with children is quite different from the image of her as a meticulous accountant. At the age of 43, she decided to leave behind 10 years of looking at banknotes and account books to work with young children instead.
Before, I chose to keep working overtime to earn more money, but now I like to teach. From teaching, I have found my interests. I can use my strength and potential to benefit children and myself.
Wang loved working with money and numbers, and now the leisure she loves to write in are these homework books, in which she carefully records the details of her students.
It's very rushed. Once I finish eating, I start writing in these homework books. So it's like this. They finish eating, then I go in and keep writing as I watch over them.
When listened carefully, one can sense that Wang has no Malaysian accent. She is originally from Taiwan and is devoted to giving her energy to children in Malaysia. But she says she received much more in return.
On Mother's Day, a 5-year-old student phoned me and said, "Teacher Wang, I want to sing a song for you." And he started singing, "Thank heaven, thank earth." And when he sang, "Thank you for everything you give me," my tears just fell. I was so moved.
She helps me take my medicine and also gives me lessons. She loves me very much and takes care of me like my mom. Sometimes I'm bad and get mad. Teacher Wang doesn't scold me or get angry at me. She always forgives me. I love Teacher Wang.
A 51-year-old teacher and children that are not yet 6 share their hearts with each other. Loving her students like a parent, Wang does not regret for a moment leaving her accountant career to become a teacher.
As Teachers' Day was celebrated last Saturday in Taiwan, next we meet former principal of Dajia Junior High School, Wang Jingci. 30 years ago, when Wang was still a school teacher, he also took on the responsibilities of caring for former inmates following their release. After his retirement some 12 years ago, Wang became the director of the Taiwan Aftercare Association in Taichung. Under his leadership, the association not only assisted former inmates to start their own businesses, but also set up a scholarship program to care for their children. The kind-hearted Wang said his work may be tough and full of challenges, but he will continue to do his best to help as many inmates stay on the right track in life.
Prior to the Moon Festival, Taiwan Aftercare Association organized a fair for former inmates to showcase their own businesses. Among the fairgoers is also director of Taiwan Aftercare Association in Taichung, Wang Jingci. Wang walks around each booth and warmly greets these former inmates. Among the vendors is Ah Tan, who has been appreciative of Wang Jingci's long-term care and support.
Our business started from scratch. After years of hard work and constant attention, we now have the opportunity for our business to grow forward in a stable manner.
Some years ago, Ah Tan was put in jail and millions of dollars in debt. Thankfully, after he was released from prison, he met Wang Jingci and the Taiwan Aftercare Association, which provided him with interest-free loans to start his own business.
I visit him from time to time, giving him some encouragement. People have their own dignity. If someone gives him encouragement, he will start taking himself seriously.
30 years ago, Wang had the chance to meet a group of juvenile inmates, and at the time he was still a school teacher. Since then, he has started caring for former inmates and their families and set up a scholarship aid program to help the former inmates' children.
To make society better and harmonious, I do my best to assist their children. If I didn't do it, who else would do? Their parents cannot take care of their kids.
To celebrate the Moon Festival with the families of former inmates, Wang prepared some gifts for them. Wang says even though he can only save 1 out of 100 former inmates, he will not give up, as he always hopes society will be able to give these former inmates and their families a second chance on life.
In Taiwan's new Taipei City, Santong Tzu Chi volunteers have spent a decade caring for Lai Guizi and her family. Following her husband's passing, Lai became the sole breadwinner at home and does handcraft work to support her family. Luckily, she has 2 thoughtful sons who both studied hard and have successfully applied for Tzu Chi's New Shoe Scholarship this year, so as to help their mother relieve their financial burden. Let's take a look.
是因为那个心脏闭锁瓣膜不全，所以
My mom suffers from heart valve regurgitation. Therefore, she can only do simple handiwork to make a living. However, the pay of making handiwork is not good. She has to do a lot to get a decent pay. She's the sole breadwinner in our family.
Following their father's passing, the 2 brothers of Wu Xiuxian and Wu Xiuxian know what their sole responsibility is.
We need to focus on our studies and help our mom do household chores, like washing laundry and dishes.
Originally, the Wu brothers planned to get a part-time job to help their mother relieve her financial burden. However, she insisted on getting the 2 boys to focus on their studies. Therefore, the 2 youngsters studied hard to get good grades and apply for scholarship to help their family.
They said they wanted to apply for the scholarship to help their mother so that she doesn't have to work this hard. Considering their excellent academic performance and filial piety, we decided to give them Tzu Chi's scholarship.
My 2 boys are really thoughtful. They are very responsible kids. I feel sorry for them because I cannot offer them a well-off environment.
Despite living in an impoverished family, the 2 brothers are content and cherish their time with their mother and grandmother. After a decade of constant care, Santong Tzu Chi volunteers have seen them through thick and thin. Each one of these family members does their best to make their home one full of love, piety, and goodness.
Yes, indeed, it's difficult. Yet thankfully, there are countless people around helping us out. Thank you very much.
To celebrate Teachers' Day on September 28th here in Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers worked with various elementary schools in New Taipei City to hold tea ceremonies where students were encouraged to serve tea to their teachers in expression of their gratitude and respect. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.